thing you just said. I'm not here to judge your content, your website, your videos, it's someone else's program. All I'm saying is that code should do two things. And again, same thing I've been saying for the last half an hour. Lead to something that looks good on a mobile device and hopefully present either new information or the same old information but in a fancy package. There's nothing wrong with giving the same stuff you did last year and just packaging it for a mobile user. They don't know. They just got the phone. To them it's new. If your library produces videos and put them on the web, this is the perfect place to start. If you have a video tour of your library, then put a code at the entrance and link to it. If it's on YouTube, then YouTube will detect the operating system of the user and direct them to a version that's optimized for them. It'll just resize it. There's a little asterisk which says, I hope you've done that. I mean, it should be sized. And if you made some videos of any programs, it doesn't matter what it is, just say scan this, see how much fun we had last time, scan this, see how much fun we'll have. If you're doing programs for, authors, scan this to see, who was here last time. Anything. Videos are great. Videos are great for mobile users. That's what they want to see. Nobody wants to scan something and just get dumped to a web page. They can get a web page anytime. They want to see something interesting. Your paid performers probably have videos on their websites already. Just link to them. If you're showing a movie, there's got to be a trailer. Just put the code on your flyer for the movie. So videos are a great place to start. So here's a poster, a sample poster. Somebody walks up, they scan it. This is, again, a fake video just made. Oh, can't hear it.
You did this morning, right?
No, that's like a couple weeks ago. All it was saying is that there's a contest and whoever wins will have their brain removed and put into a robot. All right, so this is a missed opportunity, I thought. I was looking through a magazine one day, and here's a link to Rachel Ray doing a recipe online. I thought, well, why just have a link when they could have had a code also? I mean, there was a lot of space. In a magazine, that word web is not clickable. I tapped on it with my finger, nothing happened. If they had a code, it would have been something I could scan, and I would have been able to get to it. So, paperclip. You're saying that a QR code is a simple tool like a paperclip that links two things together? You're supposed to do that a lot, no? No, it's an awesome golden paperclip. You're supposed to remember that. Think awesome golden paperclip. Not real gold. All right, so here is a place where if I knew how to toggle back and forth between presenter mode and regular mode, I would show you a screenshot. But here's a screenshot of collecting statistics using Google. Now, on the back of your handout, there is a thing at the bottom or in the middle about using Google for statistics. You guys know that Google has a goo.gl website for shortening. You also know that if you put, /QR at the end, or is it .QR at the end, it will generate a QR code. But if you have a Google account, you sign in with a Google account, and you shorten the URL, it will generate the code automatically. Then, when you have the code, it creates this page for the code. And in this page, will tell you when the code was scanned and how many people scanned it. There are some instructions, again, on the geek-free side of the handout. This is a way to collect basic statistics without doing anything special. Normally, if you want to collect statistics, let's say you're at a university and you want to figure out who's scanning your code on campus, who's scanning your code in the library, who's scanning your code out in the real world. I might have to make a mobile landing site for each one of those codes. Just take the front page, whatever the page is, and duplicate it, and have like, M1, M2, whatever. And so if someone's in the library and they scan the code, I can know that that person went through that page and get my statistics from that page. If they're out on campus somewhere, they scan the code, again, I find out they scanned through that page. So that's one way I can do it. This way, I'll get one code. I'm not going to know where they came from, but I will get an idea of how many people scanned. So if I really want detailed statistics, I might have to generate multiple codes. If I want basic statistics, this is a really cool way to do it because I'll get to see who's scanned the code and when. After I launch the code, I'll get a basic date. I'll get a total number of how many people scanned it, which I think is actually pretty cool. Because otherwise, QR codes are dumb codes. You get no data from them. If you want data, use something else like the Microsoft tag or another product. But a QR code itself is not going to deliver any data from any user. Did you have a question?
I was just going to make a comment. Bitly and tiny URL
But
do the same thing.
do they collect statistics?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, they say Bitly does that. And what's the other one? Tiny URL?
Tiny URL.
So there are other places where you can generate code and get back some statistics.
They actually, just like you do with Bitly and account,
Okay.
do all those things just like you do.
Okay, so create an account with Bitly, create an account with Tiny URL, and generate the same kind of stuff. Well, then this would be another way where you would have the same page, but use 3 different services, and then you get 3 different QR codes. So let's say I wanted to see, I'm doing a program, and I want to see where they're clicking from. I'll do one code at Tiny URL and put that code in the library. Then I'll do one code at Bitly and put that code out someplace else. So I can go, oh, I'm getting people who are standing on the street versus people who are standing in the building. And that'll give me a better idea of how effective my advertising is. Otherwise, all you're doing is surveys to find out where people are coming from. Did that sound cool? That was actually cool. And this is Microsoft Tag. Microsoft Tag, you download the tag reader. It'll gain access to your GPS on your device. So if your GPS is enabled, it just tells the person where you were when you scanned the thing, when it happened, all that kind of stuff. So more businesses want to use codes that collect data. As far as as Microsoft says, it says it measures how many times a user returns to personalize their experience and deepen their engagement. So it measures not just that they visited, but how many times they come back. So this is from Microsoft, the white paper I'm using their tags. So here are some examples of things that I tore out and scanned. This is all different codes I got out of different places. So everyone's using them, all different companies. They find that they work. So if they work for businesses, they should be working for us. This one's kind of cool. This is one where this is a DC Metro. You scan the tag and it tells you when the next train or bus is coming. That's how far away it is. That's cool. And this is Best Buy, and this one was neat. This is for True Blood. That was the code for True Blood. Now you see, this is a customized code. Somebody had a graphic artist that could go through and make this. This is not a generic code. So here's a place where you can make a more of a customized code. And this should be in your handout. Now what you do is, you first learn Japanese. But other than that, you can guess. You can guess what this does. You have a URL here. You have a little button here that tells it, take the URL. When you do that, the URL will appear here. You have some boxes to input some content. Color choices down here. You can tell it where you want content to appear. Pick the bottom right-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner. Pick my colors, pick my colors. And it just will create whatever you want. Code works. So if you want to do something like that, very simple. I think the BBC has that. They basically have a little code that says BBC right in it. It looks neat. People always wonder how they got it. Well, that's it. Perfectly free. So how to plan for codes. If you're not using them already, here's your simple flow chart. Part 1. Does the target audience include mobile device users, meaning anyone aged between 13 and 30? If yes, go to part 2. Part 2. Do you have or can you make a mobile landing site? Remember, this also includes video. If no, rethink using the code. If yes, go to part 3. I want the zombie to win. Let me see that again. Hold on a second. Maybe if I think positive thoughts. I know, when I made that, the obvious thing was to add stars and a unicorn. The yes was so big, it just led me there. So there's a zombie unicorn battle. The zombie vanquishes the unicorn vanquishes the zombie. Well, on my screen, I don't even see this. That's why I'm so confused. I'm watching TV on my screen. Oh, but look. Even though the unicorn won, he was infected. So he told the other unicorns to stay away from him. Or her. I never established a gender for the unicorn. Okay, well now that we've learned about QR codes, let's discuss the depth of QR codes. Like all technology, these codes will be replaced by something. There was an article a couple weeks ago on the death of QR codes as being replaced by near-field communications chips, NFC chips. They are not the same technology. They're not even close. An NFC chip is something that you have to have the chip on your phone. The chip has to be embedded in something. Person has to be close enough to it to scan it. They're going to be using them for paying for at retail places. And Google had announced they're going to use them in their geolocation posters, where you would just scan the thing, whereas now you scan it with a QR